What we have here, guys, is a circle C has the following equation. Find the coordinates of the points of where C intersects the x and y axis, okay? Now, I'm going to give you the reserve plan starting off, okay? So the reserve plan would be this. What we can do is this, we can represent this on a diagram, okay? So what's the center of the circle, can anybody tell me? For question 30. Just while we're here, I'll just blank this one out so we don't look at it. Okay, so what do we say the center circle is? Yeah, because it's x minus h squared, and that's y minus k squared. And what we're saying is minus h equals plus 2. Therefore h equals minus 2. Minus k equals minus 2. Therefore k equals 2. It's the point 2 minus 2. Oh, sorry, minus 2, 2. Ugh. Minus 2 plus 2. My fault. Minus 2 is across 2, up 2 is here. Would you agree that's the point minus 2, 2? Now, what's going to happen is I have to draw a radius. The radius is radius squared equals 13. The radius equals root 13. Now, what is root 13 in the calculator is what we should be figuring out. Root 13 is the radius. So, if you put root 13 into the calculator, and then you press the change button, you can see it's roughly 3.6, okay? So what that mean would be something like this. You're going to go 3 blocks oh, don't want that one. You're going to go 3 blocks across, and then just over halfway on the last block. Isn't that right? So you're on 3.6. Now if we were to draw this using more than likely you're going to use a compass if the situation arose this way. You can now the problem is, see the way it was a decimal, it isn't going to be quite as accurate as it would be if it wasn't a decimal place. Okay, so you just whip that around like so, and you can see that it sort of cuts on 2 spots. Okay, now in these questions, I bet you they're meant to cut there exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? Our 3.6 was slightly inaccurate. Maybe where we put our compass was slightly inaccurate. So you can see that the closest points they go near are more than likely the answer. So I'm making a prediction here that the answer is going to be 0 minus 1. And the other answer here is going to be 0 plus 5. At 6, is it? No, 5 will do us. And then where it cuts the x-axis, minus 5, 0. And where it cuts the x-axis again, 1, 0. That's what I'm predicting, okay? Let's see if any of my predictions hold true. So, here's what we're going to do. What are you guaranteed about the y-axis? What's guaranteed about every point on the y-axis? What's guaranteed? And what is the first number? X is going to be 0. So you have chosen x to be 0. How do you use your formula when you choose x is 0? What do you have to do to all the x's? Make them 0. 0 plus 2 squared. Y minus 2 squared is y minus 2 by y minus 2, and that equals 13. So multiply it out. 2 squared is, anybody? 4. Y by y? Y by minus 2? Minus 2y. Minus 2 by y? Minus 2 by 2? Bring the 13 over. Okay. What happens next then? Y squared minus 4y. And then, what's 4 plus 4 minus 5? 4 plus 4 minus 5, anybody? Oh, sorry, minus 13 is minus 5. Sorry, excuse me. 4 plus 4 minus 13 is that. Solve it, and you get y, reference number of 5, yeah? Minus 5, yeah? So you get 5 minus 5 and plus 1. Because they add to give you the minus 4 in the middle. And then you get y minus 5 equals 0, or y plus 1 equals 0. And did my 2 predictions hold true? Y equals 5 and y equals? So the two answers I'm predicting are minus 1 here and 0, 5. Did I predict them already? Using my fancy new blue highlighter, you can see I predicted them there and there. Is that alright? You now have to do that for x as well. So what we're going to do this time around is this, guys. We're going to reuse our formula. It's x plus 2 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 13. We want to find where it hits the x-axis, so we want to find this point here and this point here. What letter do we need to be equal to 0 when it crosses the x-axis? So the y value is 0. So replace the y value with 0. So this is going to be minus 2 squared, because it'd be 0 minus 2 squared, yeah? Oh, any time something hits the x-axis, y value is guaranteed to be 0. So just by the language of the question, I would look at the only part I really look at is this, where C is the circle, where the circle hits the x-axis. When anything hits the x-axis, the y value is automatically 0. So what I read straight away, when I see that x-axis part, I just read y equals 0, find x. And when I read y-axis, I read x equals 0, find y. And that's without the diagram, because the diagram's in here for me. Okay? So what we have next is we multiply this out as x plus 2, x plus 2. I'm going to bring over the 13 in a second, so it's going to be x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4 plus another 4 minus the 13. And then x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0. My prediction is 1 and minus 5. Let's see if that's the case. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm good. X plus 5, x minus 1 equals 0. X plus 5 equals 0. X minus 1 equals 0. X equals 1. And x equals minus 5. So what we have here is minus 5, 0, and 1, 0, as predicted, right? Okay. What we get here is this, guys. Okay. A equals 3, 3, 5. B equals minus 1, minus 1 are the endpoints of a diameter of a circle K. Find the center and radius length of K. Okay, any idea what to do here? Now I obviously I like drawing, so I'll just have a quick draw here. So how do I draw this out? 3 across and 5 up is A, and then the other one? That's B. It says they're a diameter, doesn't it? So that means that you link them together. You're going to use the midpoint formula. I'm assuming everybody in the class knows how to use x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus 2 over 2. Now, my advantage of drawing that diagram really quickly is that I can actually see the midpoint. See, 2 across, 3 up, 2 across, 3 up. Right, everybody cool with that? So the midpoint is going to be 1, 2. Next thing I got to do. Sorry? If you have it drawn to back it up, you don't. Okay? So I found the center, and but I haven't found the radius yet. Can anybody in class tell me how would you go about finding the radius? This blue line here. No, 1, 2. 1 across, 2 up. That's a 1. Yeah? Okay. So it's 1 across, 2 up. Now I have to find the length of the blue line. Anybody tell me how to find the length of the blue line? Benels! What about you? Can you tell me how to find the length of that blue line? Oh, well done. What's the distance formula? Where can you find the distance formula? What page on the tables? Okay, page 18 of the tables. We find that it's x2 minus x1 squared plus y1, y2 minus y1 squared, yeah? What do you get next then? Okay, so we're going to get 3 minus 1 squared plus, anybody else? What's it going to be? 5 minus 2 squared. I can tell you right now that that is going to be the square root of 13. Okay. Find the equation of your circle. K is a circle. How do I know it's a circle? Where does it say K is a circle? Right there. Circle. Okay. Now, what's the equation of a circle, Lee? Where'd you find it? Okay, do you know? Call it out for me, so. Yes. Squared plus K equals squared. Perfect. What's your H value? Is it 3 and 5? Good man, just testing you. It's always the centre of the circle, guys. So if we're to draw this circle here, this is the circle we're talking about. Now the great thing about this is, as well, we can actually see that this one actually hits the x-axis pretty cleanly, doesn't it? The y-axis is it on the point on the y-axis? Is it like, is it a decimal for the y-axis, or is it flush on the point? It's a decimal. So if you're to solve the y-intercepts, you'd need to use what formula? A minus b formula that you can solve, and you'll get 2 decimal answers. But if you're doing the x-axis intercepts, you won't need a minus b formula because they're on the point. So also what you'll need is the reference number. Okay? So here's what we're doing next. I think diagrams actually are handy. So what about the what is the h value and the k value? So x minus 1 squared plus minus 2 squared, and what's the radius squared? 13. Okay. Next thing, we're asked to find k intersects the x-axis at p. Q and P. P is smaller than Q. P is a smaller number than Q. Find the coordinates of P and Q. What that means is this: that has to be P, and that one there has to be Q. Q is 4, 0, and P is minus 2, 0. That's done by graph. Let's do it algebraically, okay? Anybody make a suggestion for when the x-axis? What point is always 0 on the x-axis? What point is always which coordinate is 0 on the x-axis? The y value is always 0. So go to your formula and replace what letter with 0? The y value with 0. So it's going to be minus 2 squared. Bring it over to 13. Becomes minus 13 equals 0. Multiply it out. X squared minus 1x plus 1. That's that part there. Then it's plus 4 minus 13. What happens next, guys? X squared minus 2x. 1 plus 4? 1 plus 4 is 5. Minus 8. And then finally, what 2 answers? Reference number of minus 8. What 2 numbers are we expecting? X minus 4, x plus 2 equals 0, and then x plus 2 equals 0, x equals minus 2, x minus 4 equals 0, x equals 4. 4 and minus 2. Is that what we expected? 4 and minus 2. Okay?